getting ready to pack up a big order, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to just show you some of the things that have been in my shop on my website. Some of them you might have seen some pictures on Instagram, but I thought this would give me a chance to talk a little bit more about them. The first thing I'm packing up is this little Just Because book, and these are just little texture explosions in your hand. I love making these. I love turning the pages in these, and I am always so tickled when somebody else falls in love with my work and wants to give it a home. So I'm thrilled to be packing this up. All this is one order. I'm so grateful. This is one of my mixed media pieces. The background is some watercolor paper that I have painted, and then my texture explosion, because I'm all about the texture. This is from the Found in the Forest series, and I always imagine this to be if the fairies were running through the forest and their clothes caught on the branches of the trees and the roots, this would be what was left behind. So this, and then I'm also packing up this little Bookworm book. This was one of the first little books I made, and what I love about it is the quotes in here. There's just so many wonderful quotes about reading, and some great old pictures about people that are reading. And a lot of these pictures are in the DigiKit on my Etsy shop. There's several books about, or several kits about Read to Me, I think is what they're called. And there's some with adults, and there's some with kids. So this little one is going off to a new home. Let's see, I'm also packing up for her to make her own little books. These are some of my painted pages. So these are already, the nice size to make a little Just Because book, and all the different colors, or can be mixed in with some other fabrics and fibers and stuff. So that's going to be fun. And speaking of making books, there's this little kit that I put together for you to make your own mini book. And actually there's so much in here that you could probably make 2 or 3 little books without adding anything else to it. You've got fabric, dyed fabric, you've got some jelly printed papers, you've got just all kinds of some tea bags, some more dyed fabric, my dyed fabric, some other papers that have been jelly printed, different textures, some book text. So there's all kinds of great things here to make the pages. And then there's a lot of little embellishment goodies. There's some beads, some fibers, some little mini ephemeras, some more little paper scraps. You can have lots of fun with that. And then there's some charms, beads, I'm sorry, not beads, buttons, fibers, and some colored lace. So that is a fun little kit, and I have a bunch more of those on the website. What else have we got? Oh, some of the fabric kits. I don't think I ever actually did a video showing these, but there's several different colors that are available, and they're all different. So this one has some buttons. So there's some sparkly stuff, some sari, some silk, wonderful scraps. You could definitely make a couple of different books out of here. Love this fabric. More, and it's just as you go through here, you're just going to find all sorts of things. So this is the yellow gold. Some more fibers, silk, lace. I mean, there's so much. And of course you mix and match with what you already have in your stash. You can make tons of Just Because books out of there. And if you've made a Just Because book, I hope you have tagged me somewhere so I can see it. Here's the purple kit. This is one of the larger ones because for some reason I had a lot of purple. Look at all the purpley fibers. Oh gosh, this is so soft. These wonderful fibers and lace. Just so many things that you could do an all purple journal, or maybe you want to mix it with some other colors. Maybe you have papers. Oh, speaking of papers, there's something else coming up. So this is the type of thing you might find if you grabbed the purple kit. Tie-dye, some appliques, look at that, sparkle. just a wide variety. Your imagination is going to go crazy with it. Absolutely crazy. Whoops, that's the purple. What else do we have? This one is dark wine. So just a, you know, kind of a maroon, burgundy. Couldn't figure out what to call it. And this was just me going through my stash where I had just gone crazy through thrift stores and shopping who knows where over the years, and realized there was so much I needed to have, you know, 100 versions of me to be able to use all this stuff up. So it was really fun to curate it and put it into little kits so somebody else could make something out of it. Here's some upholstery fabric. So that is dark wine. Let's see. And we have rust. We are in fall here in California, so the rust is absolutely appropriate for now. So you've got fibers. This is a great lace. You can also paint this lace or gesso it or do some matte medium over it, and you get the texture but the color shining through. So you just, every one is a little different. It's going to be a wonderful surprise of color. So there's a lot of the different fabric kits still on my shop. I think some of these are from Chindi rugs. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, that I took apart. Oh, I love this silk. That was really pretty. Some upholstery fabric. So there's definitely enough for a couple of Just Because books just with there. If you don't even add anything else to your pile, there's plenty. And then the red kit. And there's a few more colors. There's some blue and pink, but this particular order, this is what's in it. I can't wait to see what this gal creates. And she is in the Facebook group, so hopefully she will post some of the stuff that she makes with it there. Look at that, all the reds. You know, and there's something when you start to sort your materials by color like this, it just makes me think of so many different ways that you could put it together. Sometimes I like to have a project that's got a wide variety of colors, but there's something to be said about sorting it out by color. All right, what else is going to go in this big, wonderful box? There's going to be, okay, she needs to add something else to her little books that she's working on. This is one of my fabric scrap bags, and there is so much in here. There's upholstery fabric, there's no silk in these, but there is a lot of other variety, a lot of cotton, sometimes some Tim Holtz fabric. That's just one fabric scrap bag. And I don't know, what is it? Maybe I'm the only one, but I don't think so. Something that comes from somebody else's stash is really exciting. You know, we're used to seeing our own stash. So I'm also sending some paper things. She was interested in the nature ephemera, and you know, I had a little bit of that. There's also, she didn't buy any of those, but in the shop there are some beautiful nature book pages, including some Edith Holden books. So there's just all sorts of, there's butterflies, there's mushrooms, all sorts of nature ephemera to use on a project. And let's see, the last item are some collage book papers. These are some painty papers, so these might be gel prints, they might have stencils on them. They are a wide variety. None of them are by color, so there's just, I should just open one of these, and let's just open one and look through just to have a good look-see. And I know painty papers are so much fun coming from somebody else. Most of them are two-sided, but not all. So these couple aren't. I think I grabbed it upside down. There's also in the shop, not in going in this box, but there are some beautiful decorative paper. There's so much in the shop. You'll have to just go check it out. Some painted tissue paper, which is great to collage with. Some heavier watercolor paper. I just went crazy and I had so much. It's like, again, one of those things where I needed to have multiple Susans to think I was going to be able to use it all up. And since that wasn't the case, it was time to send them on to somebody else. Some deli paper, which is great to collage with. Oh, and some of the sparkles with the magicals. So, I mean, these are really packed full of all kinds of things. Wide variety. This is some great India ink on tracing paper, or wax paper, I'm sorry. So, like I said, a wide variety, mostly big pieces, but there are some smaller ones. She'll be collaging for a long time with what's in here. So I'm going to go pack up the box and get this one out in the mail. What are you working on today?